Hello there, my name is Lucram and welcome to a quick video about turret logic. So I'm gonna try to keep this short, so let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, so for this video I have prepared a couple of things, so we're gonna pull the first one out and we're gonna work our way through the complexity. So here we have two different servos. We're going to be controlling servos through accumulators. In the pink I have it set as normal, it's just the controls giving a 1 and -1, so it goes to the 90 degrees, and if you let it go it stops, and the other direction 90 degrees. The number displayed on the bottom just shows the angle at which it should be going. Same for the left side, on the blue side, which is the better way. Okay, we first see here that it's basically on hold position, although it is not set that way in the toggle, and that's the thing we're gonna have to work around. But this gives us greater control to our servo. We can see that right now because we can go to different max angles. In the positive direction I have it set to go up to 90, and in the negative direction it goes down to 60. That's great. You can see how this works. We have it set here at 200. It doesn't really matter what you set here, it's just the more angles you have, the more range of play you have to. Now if we head into the accumulator, this one is going directly into the servo, and we're setting those maximums. We have 0.45 and -0.3. If we do some quick maths here, 0.45 times 200, which is the max angle we have set, gives us 90. So that's the reason it's going to 90 degrees, because we have this here. And 60 is -0.3. Okay, so how do we go around this hold position thing? Okay, the first thing that one might think is we just have some comparison blocks, and whenever you go above or below 0, gives an output, and then it returns it to center. And yeah, this works, but as you can see, there's a little problem right there. It went into a feedback loop. And yeah, you could technically solve for this. Instead of having here like exactly 0, you could go 0.03, I think, and in this one -0.03, and that way it should stop there, but it's not incredibly precise, and we can do better. So let's go with this. It's just one logic block more and it's perfect. No jitterness, it's just beautiful. The way this one is set up is a little bit more advanced, but we're gonna walk through it quite easily. Okay. First of all, we need to pay attention to the maximum, minimum, and the scale factor. This NOR gate is gonna be triggering the whole system, and it's gonna be basically triggering every time we let go of space or shift, which are the controls we have set here to do this thing. When space or shift are released, it's gonna trigger this arithmetic block and this arithmetic block. To put it simply, this one just gives one frame, that is 0.02 duration, gives it one frame of the maximum value, which is times 1000, so it's gonna give it a value of 1000 because we have it on multiply, and that's gonna fill the accumulator all the way to the max. And now we want it to go to 0. So this one, just one frame later, is gonna give it an input of negative 13.5. And the way we reach to this constant is dependent on the values here. Since we went to the maximum using this one, we're gonna use the maximum value and not the minimum, so we can ignore this for the time being. We're just gonna focus on this right here and the scale. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our maximum, divide that by 2, because that is our scale. So maximum divided by scale, and then that you multiply by 60, and that's gonna give you a number. So that is the number. In this case would be 13.5, but since we're in the maximum and want to go down to 0, we just do negative 13.5. And what that's gonna do is give it an input of one frame of negative 13.5, which is gonna bring it from 0.45 down to 0. If we change this, for example, to, let's say we want to go to like positive 0.1. So we don't want to do the whole maximum, we just want to do 0.35, because that's 0.45 minus 0.1, it's going to be 0.35. So we do the same math, so 0.35 divided by 2 and that by 60, it's going to give us 10.5, so we do negative 10.5. Now we can test it, and yep, it goes to 0.1. Let's see on the top number display. And now every time we let go, it's gonna go to that specific number, which is really great. Just as a side note, if you want your turret to rotate all 360 degrees, this is what you would need to do. The little light blue section on the top right. It's a little finicky in the 0, but it should be fine. Yeah, if you saw right there, it's a little finicky, but it's, for the most part, it works fine. So, just we have here negative 1 to the maximum and minimum. Let's go to this comparison gates. You have 0.98 and negative 0.98. Let's go, this one is also negative output. Let's go to this arithmetics block, and it has a constant of negative 60, a delay of 0.1 and duration of 0.02. What this is going to do is basically let it go a little bit over the threshold and then reset it. That way you don't keep spinning like forever. Yeah, for this one, if we want to reset it, it would be a little bit different. It would go like, let's see, the reset, yeah, 0.0, multiply, just put that there for a moment, 1000. If we see, if we do that, like here, it's gonna reset it to 0, automatic. And there, like here, it's also gonna do that. So yeah, pretty useful. And then if you want to go to, I don't know, a different place, you would go like another arithmetics block. Yeah, multiply 3.02. Let's see, we want to go like halfway, so 0.5 times 60, it's 30. We put here 30. Yeah, negative 30, let's go. And that should... Okay. Yeah, I forgot the delay here. This time we need a little bit more delay because this one is delayed by 0.1, so we need to do like 0.15 for example. I think that should be fine. Yeah. Alright, little side thing over. Back to the regular stuff. Now we can go even further. By just adding one more gate, we can toggle between hold position and not hold position, so return to center. So it can be here. We're gonna do an arithmetic block. It doesn't need to be an arithmetic block. You just need to be careful that the sum of inputs never reaches 0 here. So in the case we have like 1. If we have this toggled and we also press shift, it's going to be 1 minus 1, it's going to be 0, and this one is basically stopped working as we wanted. A way around it is like this. You just give it an insane number and it's never going to run to 0. Or you could just do like 0.5 and that also would work. Yeah, what this does is a third option to the shut-off, so to say. Now we can move it as usual. It's in a return to center right now. And if I press 4, it's gonna be in hold position. This is super useful, is very fun to use in all sort of turret logic, and I have prepared an example which doesn't exactly use this, but it's quite similar. It's almost the same, and it's just using a couple of different rules to fix some of the behavior, because I wanted to start blocked and also a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it's basically like a little boogie hunting car thing. Right now I don't have any controls except for my number 4 toggle, which is gonna pop out my seat, and now that is popped out, I can control it and shoot my gun. I added this little animation of the gun like having a recoil. Not completely realistic, but it's just fun. And the important part is that we can just be here, and if we press the button again, it's gonna return to center and slide right in. It's really nice, really fun. I hope this can help you out. Yeah, have a good one. Bye.